So the Champions League final is coming up on Saturday, and just like the Conference League preview, I'm going to do the same for this one. Now, of course, the final is between Manchester City and Inter Milan. Inter Milan, I believe, not winning the Champions League since they've done under Jose all those years ago, and Man City seeking their first win in this competition. And, as you know, they got to the final a couple years ago against Chelsea, but of course they couldn't get it over the line. But a lot has changed since then. They've got a striker who's just unbelievable. He scored about 50 goals this season in Erling Haaland, and obviously they didn't actually have a striker back then, so could that change it? You never know. Now, Manchester City obviously have already won 2 trophies this season. They've beat Arsenal to the title quite a long distance as well, and they've also won the FA Cup against their rivals Manchester United, and they are also looking to do the treble, which hasn't been done since 1999, and they might equal their rivals as one of their best ever achievements in the Premier League. Now, for Manchester City, the only injury or suspension situations are for Kyle Walker, who came off of a back issue in the FA Cup final, which may see him not start the game, but other than that, De Bruyne is fit, Haaland's fit, Gundogan's fit, who, by the way, his performance in the final was actually unbelievable. I mean, he could have scored a hat-trick if the goal wasn't disallowed. And yeah, there isn't actually much else to report on the injury list. Now, for Inter Milan, one of their players that are going to be key in this is their striker who's on loan from Chelsea, Romelu Lukaku. Now, me personally, I don't actually rate him that highly. I think his first touch is awful, and you saw it in the Premier League when he was at Chelsea last season. He had a good start, but didn't actually do much afterwards, and hence why he got shipped out on loan back to his club where he came from for £100 million. And also, with regards to injuries for Inter Milan, doesn't seem to be any. All their team should be fit. Now, both teams obviously got to the final by, let's be honest, beating their respective teams very comfortably, in my opinion. We saw the way that Manchester City dismantled Real Madrid at the Etihad 4-0. Look, I like Real Madrid. They're the biggest club on the planet, obviously, but to beat a team 4-0 who has got rich history in this competition is, you got to give it to them. And obviously Inter Milan comfortably seeing off their rivals AC Milan over 2 legs. And that is about it for the preview. Leave your thoughts down below. Will Man City complete the treble and equal Man United's achievement? Or will Inter Milan make it 4 Champions Leagues since the one from 2010 under Jose Mourinho? Now, for my score prediction, I'm going to go with a 1-0 win to Manchester City. I believe it's going to be tight, because obviously we saw with the other European finals how tight the games are. No, they're not really high scoring, and obviously quite a few of the finals in the past few years have been 1-0s, I'm pretty sure the last 3 in a row Champions League finals have been ending 1-0. So I'm going to go down that same path again. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win to Manchester City. And who will get the goal? I believe none other than Erling Haaland will. So yeah, that is about it for the Champions League final preview. If you like this video, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And yeah, I will see you in a bit.